Hello, my name is Jendo, and today I'm going to show you how to build 5 hidden switches. These are great for wiring up to hidden doors so you can keep your base safe. First one here is an item frame switch. It's really simple. You right click the item frame and the item in the middle, which in this case is a sword, rotates, and once you rotate it past a certain point it activates a signal. Very simple to do. The second one here is a lever switch. All you do is place down a lever, right click the lever, and it activates the switch, and it also breaks the lever as well, so you've got nothing showing that you've placed a lever once you go into your secret door. This third one is a path switch. And all you do is you right click with a shovel on the grass and it turns it into a path, creates a signal, and then this piston puts the block back and turns it into dirt. There's a bit of a drawback on this one, is you've got to wait for the dirt to turn back to grass before you can activate the switch again. So it might be a problem if you're coming in and out your base in quick succession. Right, the next one here is a hopper minecart switch. This one's easy. All you got to do is chuck any old item on a particular block. So put redstone there and it activates the signal there. And last but not least is a armor stand switch. Now I have to go into survival for this one, but yeah, if we stand on this block here and hit it in the middle, the armor jumps up and it activates a signal. Sometimes it might not work, but generally every time you do it you get a signal. Now if I push F3 and B, bring up the hitboxes, you can see a square there, and that is the top of an armor stand just poking out. The hitbox pokes out but you can't see anything, so if you right click, there you go, you get a signal. Nearly every time. So let's come out here, go back to creative. Now apart from the item frame, these will give you a momentary signal, so you're going to need to use something called a T flip-flop to turn that momentary signal into a permanent signal, and it has to be switchable as well. So we've got a button here, and this is the input of a T flip-flop. Do the button and it outputs a signal, it's a permanent signal, and push the button again, then there's no signal, and so your door will open and close when you tell it to. Simple enough. And I just did here just to show you how these things work. So this orange bit is our lever switch. Do that and you can see the door's open there, got a hidden door there, and the yellow blocks over there. And that's fairly simple. Is we've got our lever switch here, and that feeds into the input of the T flip-flop, and the output of the T flip-flop is this comparator, and we use a repeater to boost the signal, and then we put that signal into the input of our hidden door. In this case it's a 1x2 flush piston door. If you want to see how to make that, click on the banner in the top right hand corner, and you can see my video on how to make that. And that's how you sort of wire these all up. So you've got a secret switch for a secret door for a secret room in your base. Okay, so I'll show you how to make these. Okay, the item frame switch is probably the simplest one. Just do an L shape like that. Put an item frame on the top one with an item inside it, and then a comparator there, and then you just want a redstone dust coming out, and depending on how far the redstone dust comes out, the more times you have to click the item in the item frame. So if I put a repeater there, you can see that that's off, and then I have to click it once, twice before the switch is activated. But what I can do is move it further along, like so, and then put the piston there, and then you see that I have to rotate it a lot further, all the way to the last one, before the switch activates. Right, the lever switch, start off with a sticky piston facing upwards, a couple of blocks next to it, put a block on top of the sticky piston, and then you need a piece of redstone dust, and then a repeater, and finally just put another block on top of that redstone like that, and there you're done. Of course we can run the output to a sticky piston, grab a lever, and there you go, the lever switch. Can put it on both the bottom and the top one there. Right, start the pathway lever, put a block there, and then one above, two going across, one more higher, run it along there. Put a redstone torch on that first one, and then a redstone torch there, and then we want a comparator facing that direction with a piece of redstone dust, and we need a piston right there, and we put some grass there, and also we need a block on for that piston. This is your output. I'll just stick a piston there to show it's activated, and then you right click and the piston activates, turns the path into dirt, and to do it again you've got to wait for that dirt to turn to grass. Right, the hopper minecart switch, fairly simple. We just do a line of blocks there, and we start off with a chest, and then we put a hopper feeding into that chest, and a comparator taking a signal from the hopper, and this is your output. You will need to boost the signal, so we put a piston there to show the signal's been activated. Right, we need to put a rail on top of the hopper, and then a hopper minecart on top of there, and then all we've got to do is fill in the blocks above with your block of choice, and yeah, chuck something in it and you get a signal. Right, this is the armour stand switch, and we're going to start with 5 blocks in a row like that. Put a redstone dust on the first block, then a repeater set to 2 ticks. This will be our output, which we'll demonstrate with a piston. Okay, the next block is a diagonal from that first one there, and it has to be 1 block up. Put a piece of carpet on the top, and then an armour stand. Right, we need an observer, and we need it to be facing down. So if we do that, make sure you got the arrow there facing the redstone, piece of string on top of it, and then an armour stand. Okay, last thing we've got to do now is to get a block and push it down into the head of this armour stand. So put the block there, and then we need a piston facing down, like so. Use a torch. That pushes the block down 1, but we need to push it down 1 more. Let's get a piston underneath there, and there we go. As you can see, the block is right under the armour stand there. Okay, so it's best to encase these armour stands because they do like to jump about a bit, and it'll work better if you use solid block rather than glass, but obviously I want you to see what's going on. So Go into survival mode. Stand sort of in the corner near it. And there we go. Right, T flip-flop. Now this dropper is your input, and that dropper fires upwards into this dropper, and this dropper fires sideways into this hopper, which then feeds an item into this dropper here, which is firing back into the input one, the first one. You have to have one item in there, and that goes round and the comparator reads the signal. So easy to do. First off, dropper facing upwards, then we have a dropper facing towards us, and this third dropper is facing towards the input dropper, the first one we placed, and then we just put a hopper on the top there facing downwards. Don't forget to put one item in that dropper there, and yeah, the output is a comparator there. So if I put a piston there, then all you need to do is to give it a signal. So we take a button, place it onto the input dropper, and there you go, you've got your T flip-flop with your momentary on or off permanent output. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you again soon. Bye.